What's up, guys? It's Geo, and welcome back to week 4, episode 1 of our Push 1500 UU series. Last week, let me jump in the YouTube chat room, crying out loud. Last week, we failed pretty hard. Our rating is 1303. It was like at 1301 at the end of last week. We got up to like 1370, but then just kind of choked. Went on tilt a little bit, got a couple of bad team matchups, but you know, it is what it is. This week we're gonna be using my boy Liberal Lucario's team, aka Nolan. It's a really, really nice team. I found it on the Smogon Rate My Team forums for UU. The first member of the team is a Scarfed High Dragon, which is really, really cool. Something I've been wanting to use for a while. It has Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, U-Turn, and Flamethrower. Here's the EV spread for those of you wondered. And then we have Houndoom holding the Houndoomite with Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, and Flame Charge, which is a really cool set. And then we have a physically defensive Florges because it has base 154 spell defense already, and it helps it take some physical hits with Wish, Protect, Moon Blast, and Aromatherapy, kind of the cleric of the team. And then we have Expert Belt Jirachi, which is really, really cool, with Iron Head, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and U-Turn. And then we have a specially defensive Mew for hazards, for support with hazards and stuff, with a Knockoff, Defog, Softboiled, and Will-O-Wisp. And then we have a Swampert, who's a team play a Swampert, max physical defense, stealth rock, earthquake, scald, and roar. And Liberal Lucario's team will be found in the description below. But with that, we need to hop into the first battle of the week. Alrighty. So this team looks rather threatening. Probably a competitive Wigglytuff to mess with Assault Vest users and whatnot. Scarfed Flygon. A Selgor for the purposes of spikes probably, but that's why we got Mew. And Chandelure, Blastoise, and P2, which is super annoying. So I've been testing this team a little bit, and I think I'm going to lead with Swampert to try to get my rocks off. Okay, so he leads with the Selgor. I know these things carry Giga Drain, so I'm going to double straight out into Jirachi to take said Giga Drain, as he ends up just setting up his spikes. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to start Iron Heading him. That is a lot. And I don't think he can do that much to me now, because I know these things like to go Final Gambit. But I am able to take the Stelgor out. He gets all 3 layers of spikes up as he goes into Flygon. This is a problem for me. Now the question is he going to Earthquake, or is he going to go for the U-Turn? I'm not sure I can live an Earthquake, but I'm going to go for an Iron Head to see what he's going to do. I am faster, and I flinch him because Jirachi is amazing. He goes straight for the Earthquake. Apparently it was a speed tie or something. Yeah, looks like a speed tie. But now I can go into my Mew, not really fearing the U-Turn, as I'm fairly certain I can take it. I'm going to go for the Defog here to get his hazards out of here for the rest of the battle. Looks like he is a bulkier variant of Flygon, and now that I've defogged all of his hazards away, that's great, because I was fearing Wigglytuff. He's going to end up going for the Dragon Claw. That's fine by me, as I'm going to hit him with this Willow. I do end up landing it. I was having some trouble with that earlier. And now I'm going to go for the Soft Boiled here, as I have rendered his Flygon pretty much useless on offense. From the looks of it, his set probably has Defog, Roost, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw. So more of a defensive variant of Flygon. As he ends up going out into his Chandelure, I'm fine with this. I know I'm specially defensive Mew, but I don't really want to take too many hits early, so I'm going to go out into my Scarf High Dragon here, as it is a relatively safe switch. As he goes for the Shadow Ball, does 28%. I get the Spit. He gets the Spit F drop, which is okay. And I'm considering dropping a Draco, but I'm fearing the Clefable coming in. So I'm just going to go for a Scarf U-Turn, as he's not going to want to stay in here. He goes into Blastoise. That's great for me, because now I get a... Oh, I lost Jirachi. That's a problem. Probably should have kept Jirachi around, but, you know, it's whatever. I'm going to go out into my Mew here, because Mew can do a lot of work to this Blastoise. Even if it is packing Dark Pulse, I'm fairly certain it's a 2-hit KO. I'm going to go for the Willow to get some residual damage, and that is way more than a 2-hit KO. Ouch. So at this point, I'm going to go out into my Florges, because I'm going to try to scare him out, because I'm going to have because most Florists are especially defensive, which is fairly understandable. He goes for the Dark Pulse here, does about 15%, not a problem. I'm gonna wish up here and see if he's gonna switch. Basically, my game plan to take out this Mega Blastoise is try to get enough turns of burn to wear him down, because Mega Blastoise has no form of recovery. I go into my Mew here to take the Toxic because I do have a Heal Bell on the team, and I'm gonna knock off this thing's a Violite, which is great for me. Because it's also toxic. He ends up going for the Tri-Attack. That is absolutely nothing to me. I'm going to go back out into Florges and go for the Heal, or Aromatherapy, rather. But it's not really going to matter, because now that his P2 is poisoned, then there's not a whole lot he's going to want to do to me. Here comes his Chandelure. This thing probably doesn't want to stay in, so I'm going to go for the Aromatherapy. He ends up just blasting off an Overheat here. Fine by me. I'm going to be able to wish up here now that my team is all healed up. And it looks like I'm in a fairly solid position moving forward, because there's not a whole lot of things that are going to want to come in and take hits from Scarf Hydreigon, especially if I can just keep switching in and out and dropping Dracos. He knows this. He's going to forfeit. That gets me up to 1320. Let's see how we're rolling here. We're only 6 minutes in, so this is great. This is a really, really well-built team. He said on the Rate My Team that it peaked at around 1520, which is good enough for me. We're just trying to get to 1500. Looking at his team, Specs, Jolteon, probably Life Orb Chandelure, annoying Sableye is annoying, maybe Scarfed, Flygon, although I've been seeing a lot of defensive Flygons lately, just when I've been playing on alts. Physically defensive Suicune, specially defensive Virizion. So looks like I am going to be leading with Swampert to try to get my rocks up this match, as he ends up leading with Sableye, predicting the taunt. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake. Actually, what's higher for me? Yeah. So there is the taunt. That's good, as that's going to be a solid 2-hit KO for me, depending on Leftovers recovery. But now that puts me in a great position, because I essentially... Oh, he goes for the Willow. I forgot about Willow. That's annoying. I end up getting the crit. That's cool. But now I'm going to go for the Scald here, as he ends up just going for recover. That's fine by me, because Swampert is crit king. I know he's going to want to recover again, so I'm going to go out into my Florges to get an essentially free switch. Hopefully he ends up doubling out to Virizion, which is still a good switch for me, because I can hit this thing with the Moonblast, and it's not going to appreciate it very much. He ends up going for the Leaf Blade, but Moonblast is going to do about 59%. That's a solid 2-hit KO from that range. And he was probably expecting Leaf Blade to do more, but that is the beauty of physically defensive Florges, is that it is able to take a lot of hits on the physical side, because nobody wants to stay in and deal out special hits on Florges. Like, it has an insane base special defense. Here's Chandelure. I'm gonna go for the Protect to not only scout what he wants to go for, but okay, he ends up going for the Shadow Ball. That's good for me. I'm curious as if he specs or not. He ends up going for the Pain Split. That's fine by me. He was probably expecting a switch right there. I don't know. That was a pretty questionable play. Because now he's allowing me to essentially get all my HP back. I'm going to Aromatherapy here, as he ends up going for Sub. That's not good for me. But now I'm going to go out into my Swampert, I do believe. Swampert. And look to try to get my rocks up again. But my first priority is breaking this Sub. Ends up going for Shadow Ball, gets the Spit F drop, doesn't matter, as I'm not going to outspeed him anyway. I do see Life Orb, which is good for me, I suppose. At least he's not lefty. So I do end up losing my Swampert here, which is a bit unfortunate. I kind of wanted it to take Volt Switches from Jolteon, because now Jolteon kind of has its way with the rest of my team, if it packs HP Ice. So that's a bit of an issue, but I'm fairly certain I can play around it, and I don't think this Chandelure has anything to hit a Hydreigon. So we're going to go on a Hydreigon and hit this thing up with a Dark Pulse. After I break its Sub, then I should be able to... Oh, he ends up going for the Pain Split. That's a good play on his part. I didn't realize the amazing defense that Hydreigon has, but that Dark Pulse is not going to do a whole lot whatsoever, and I'm going to go into my... What am I going to go into here? I suppose my Jirachi is a fairly good play, as he starts Calm Minding. This is not good at all. I'm going to Energy Ball and see how much damage it's going to do, although this is looking like a Crocoon sweep because I have absolutely nothing to stop it. It's doing about 26%. You Scald, don't burn me please. Thank you very much. So I'm going to hit you with another Energy Ball, and essentially my only hope at this point is praying for some sort of crit, and if I'm getting a crit, it needs to be right now. I don't end up getting the crit. I get the Spit After Drop. He's going to Scald again, and I do not get burned, so I am given one more opportunity to snag a crit on this thing. That'd be wonderful if I do. And hopefully, Kazni, your name, however I do pronounce, dang it, I was hoping you'd misplay, but no such luck. I'm going to continue to Energy Ball and kind of hope for crits, because that is the best way out for me right now, as he ends up, as he ends up sleep talking up a Calm Mind, so that is not good for me. I'm gonna continually hit this thing with Energy Ball, and you end up getting a rest that time. That's good. I'm gonna continue to just hope for crits. At this point, I'm gonna need like 2 consecutive crits in order to do anything. He's just gonna take me out with the Scald. Do I have any hard hitting physical attackers left? No, I do not. Mew, you are the last resort right now. Hold this knockoff, please. That's gonna do about 13%. As you're just gonna Scald. I get the burn, which is actually really nice because now that's gonna be more residual damage on his part. I'm gonna go, I guess, into my Hydreigon now and hope for a crit Draco. That's probably my only hope. Or actually, I can just spam Dark Pulse and kind of hope for flinches. But that does nothing. Jeez, this is bad. This is really bad. This is the beauty of Crocoon, because Crocoon can just kind of sit in here and do whatever it wants to do. And as long as you've removed enough physical attackers, then you're doing okay. He miscounted his rest turns, which is great for me. Hopefully I can continue to flinch him. Flinch, flinch, flinch. Okay, this is actually great for me. I am going to be able to take him out with another Dark Pulse. So I dodged a bullet right there. Thank goodness. That Suicune is a threat. And I do have Florges around. That Sableye's not living. Dark Pulse, stab Dark Pulse from Hydreigon. Thankfully, I do have Florges around, meaning I do have a way to heal up Hydreigon if need be. But what is this thing coming in to do? I have Florges. Florges is here. He does end up going for the HP Ice, which I did expect. I'm gonna go for the Wish here. I can't let his Suicune recover on me. So I'm gonna go out into my Hydreigon right now. Because I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna rest right here, which is unfortunate, but Hydreigon is at a good amount of HP that I can just sit in here and Dark Pulse and hope that I can bring him down to a good enough amount of HP. That's gonna be doing about 29%. Please get the flinch. Yeah. Alright, so Hax is working with me right now, but I do only have 5 more Dark Pulses left, which is a bit unfortunate. He ends up Sleep Talking a Rest, which is great for me. Basically, if I get a crit here, then I can take out the Suicune. But I get really close, but no dice. So basically, I have 3 more Dark Pulses left. I need one of them to be a crit, preferably a flinch as well. But I feel like that's asking for a lot from the Hax gods. He ends up Sleep Talking a Calm Mind. That is not good for me, so now I need probably 2 crits. Eesh, this is not looking good. There goes my last Dark Pulse. And that's another issue with Crocoon, is that you think you have it down, you think you have it out of the match, but it turns out you don't. And that kind of stinks, because I would have had Crocoon out on the Switch if I was able to get up my Stealth Rocks turn 1, but I was not able to. Suicune's going to wake up, and it's going to flinch, meaning I get essentially a free turn to go into my Houndoom. Hopefully you don't Scald. Don't Scald, you're going to rest. Alright, so here's the plan. The plan is to hope that he does not Rest Talk Scald or Sleep Talk Scald as I set up Nasty Plots. Don't get Scald, you get Calm Mind. That's great. Alright, I'm going to Nasty Plot one more time. I know I'm playing around with Sleep Talk, but I don't really have a choice. He ends up Sleep Talking up a Rest. That's great for me. Now, pray for the flinches. That's the game plan. Flinch. No, like, he just choked right there. He choked. Because now I have a +4 Houndoom out on the field, and the way he brought Flygon in, I can assure you it is scarfed. So he's going to probably go for that Scarfed EQ right here. But just to be safe, I'm going out into Florges, because Florges is the most expendable member of my team right now. I'm going to go for the Aromatherapy to cure Mew, as you got into Chandelure. That's fine by me. I get to go out into my Houndoom now to probably take whatever hit you want to throw at me. You end up going for the sub. That's good with me. I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse. So, hopefully, barring any hacks, this was a long match, by the way. Barring any hacks, I'm going to be able to take this Chandelure out and sweep through the rest of his team. But I really, really did dodge a bullet there. I was able to play around with the Sleep Talk turns and basically get my way with Chandelure. I was able to play around with the Sleep Talk turns, get my way with Suicune, so that's really cool. He ends up U-turning on Mew, which is good with me, because if he tries to come in and set up a sub with Chandelure, oh no, he just goes out into Jolteon, which is the better play. I'm going to Soft-Boiled and see if he just goes straight away for the Volt Switch. I hope that's the case. You go for the Volt Switch. I am able to live because Especially Defensive Mew is awesome. Again, shout out to Liberal Lucario for the team. But I am able to Soft-Boiled and go for the knockoff. I doubt a Shadow Ball kill. No, Shadow Ball is going to kill, probably, because Chandelure has a crazy special attack. But now that he knows I have knockoff and he's too weak to make another sub, he's going to be forced to attack me. Mew hangs on in the clutch. My lord, Mew put in work at the end of this match. But that is going to be the game from there, because Scarfed Hydreigon. Oh no. Actually, this may not be as easy as I thought. I'm going to sack Mew to Thunderbolt, which is fine, because then I can come in with Florges and basically put in some chip damage right here. This is crazy. Okay, let me start that sentence over. If a Florges is uninvested in its special defense and max physical defense with a boosting nature, it still has more special defense. That's why Florges is so good. Alright, so he ends up going for the Roar, but that just means I Wish Pass out into my Houndoom, which is fine. From the way you're playing with this thing, you are Specs. I'm going to go out into my Hydreigon. That does nothing. You get the Para. Are you kidding me? Come on now. That actually stinks. No, you're not Specs. Okay, and I get Parad. Crap. Well, this just got a lot worse. I'm fairly certain the HP Ice is coming, but I can't really do a whole lot about it. I'm going to go into my Florges here, and then basically Wish Protect until I'm up to a good amount of HP. Man, that T-Bolt Para hurt, but I guess it was bound to happen because I was playing around with Sleep Talk. This is another really long match. We've had a couple of these recently. I'm going to turn the timer on just for the purposes of trying to speed these last couple of turns up. But I do believe if I keep Florges around at a good amount of HP, then I'm good for the match. Especially because he's going to be forced to lock himself. Well, no, that sentence was not a very good one right there. What I was going to say is he's going to be forced to lock himself in on EQ, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for the Protect here, and I think as long as I don't get hit by like a crit EQ here, I'm good. Because what did this do last time? Gotta go way back. I think it did like 28.6%. So I think I should be good. I'm not sure though. I'm going to lag check. Yeah, I do get the Protect off. I am able to get that HP back. And I'm going to go for the Moonblast here. I think I should have the game. So, yeah. I'm contemplating what I'm going to do here. He shouldn't be able to kill, but just in case, I'm going to go for the Protect to clinch it. Because I'm so paranoid about something going terribly. This should clinch the game, right? Because, yeah. Yeah, that clinches the game. I was just making sure I wasn't going to get, like, para-haxed or anything. What amount of HP was Houndoom on? Oh, no, it's not going to show me now, because he left. I double right there, good job. Either way, that is going to be the end of the first match of week 4 of Push 1500 UU. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to slap that like button. It really does help show support for the channel, and make sure to check out the Rate My Team in the description. It's a really, really good one. Other than that, make sure to answer today's comment question of the day, which is, do you guys like this team, and do you guys want to continue to see me use it in the future? Like, I know I'm going to use it for this week, but I may bring it back in bonus episodes or whatever when I battle YouTubers in UU. And, with that, if you guys aren't, make sure to subscribe if you guys are enjoying the constant content. We're almost at 10 subs. I'm going to announce something. We're going to do something cool for 10 subs. 10 subs. But with that, I'll catch you guys on the flip-flop.